Welcome back to Bias Bounty 101 for Beginners. I'm Christy Arbogast from Humane Intelligence. In our last video, we analyzed text so we could create new subcategories. In today's video, we're going to figure out how to test beginner-level prompts within those new subcategories that we created. So we're going to go back to our bias spreadsheet that we created in the last video. I put in arbitrary placeholders into the incompleteness label column. This is where you'll input your new subcategories that you created from the last video. Now we're going to start by inputting our prompts that align within those subcategories into the spreadsheet. Now, because I'm not participating in the challenge, I'm not going to be spending lots of time coming up with prompts that might actually elicit violations. I'll leave that up to all of you. So for the challenge itself, you need to have at least 5 prompts per new subcategory. These can either be one-off prompts, so just one prompt that elicits a violation, or you can have a multi-turn conversation with a chain of prompts. But note that only the individual prompt that elicited the violation itself counts as one of your 5 prompts required per new subcategory. Now we're going to go back to the grading instructions document from the last video, which includes a link to the Grading Jupyter notebook that is hosted on GitHub. So scroll down here and click that. So once you're on GitHub, you will click on the Jupyter notebook. Once you open the Jupyter notebook in GitHub, you will then download the file by clicking this button here. Note that we are actively tweaking the notebook, so what you see on my screen might not exactly match what you'll see on yours. Once you download the notebook, then you will add that to your Google Drive so that you can open the file in Google Colab. Now we're going to upload our bias CSV to our notebook. You will click this file icon here, and then you will upload your bias CSV file. Now we're going to go here in the grading notebook, and we will run each of these code blocks, including the ones about importing your Python library, logging into your Hugging Face account, and how to access your token, as well as here we'll be uploading our bias CSV file that we uploaded to our local drive here. You will then run this code block here about the AnyScale API, and this is Humane Intelligence's AnyScale API key, which you are welcome to use. You will then go through and run each of the definitions below. There's nothing that you need to do in any of these code blocks besides run them and then ignore them. Once we get down here, this code block will format your submission data set and batch it. And then in this code block here, get LLM responses, this will use your bias CSV file and it will generate the responses from the LLM to your prompts. Then you will run these code blocks here, which will classify the LLM responses to your prompts as violations or not. Then this will save that as a CSV file called submission df with classification. And once that appears, you can hover over it, and then you can click these 3 dots, and then you can download that file to see what the responses were from the LLM and whether or not your prompts were successful. This is a great way to troubleshoot your prompts and whether or not they elicit a violation or not. All right, thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder that this is the 4th video in a series, and we'll be posting the final video about submitting your solution in the days ahead, so keep an eye out on our socials. All videos will also be hosted on the Humane Intelligence website under Resources. I'll see you next time.